Hello, and please join me for a weekend of productivity and self-love, which to me doesn't feel like escaping or avoiding aspects of life, but creating systems for more ease. Sunshine when you smile. I'll never get enough of all of this hopeless love stuff. I get so love high. Hello, thank you so much for joining me today as I simplify every area of my life. Hopefully, it has been really interesting grounding after traveling for almost 2 months and feeling this constant newness. It's definitely weird to just be in one place because every 3 days I was going to a new town after Paris, and it's so easy to be present when you're constantly seeing new things. I felt a little bit of this, what's the word, apathy? Just like feeling nothing, feeling the mundane, remembering what it feels like to just be slow every day and be focusing on long-term goals. And in this video, I just kind of want to focus on this season of my life and simplify everything so that that can be my main priority. I have a few things that this next few months will require of me that I want to birth out. First of all, my 3-part series. Second of all, my cookbook. Third of all, I want to get back into sewing. Fourth, I want to record some meditations and release kind of like a medicine music album, but very low-key with just simple mantras that have really helped me. Nothing in Sanskrit. I'm not going to share any yoga lineage mantras because I feel like those aren't mine to record, but just like simple soundscapes and vocal toning that I really love. So that I all want to accomplish before my birthday in November. Just want to make the environment the most conducive. I'm house sitting right now in this incredibly beautiful home once again, and I just want to stay focused because I was already planning my next travel. I was already just looking for my next, I feel like, distraction. Let's find the balance between all that life and death and integrate from my ayahuasca ceremonies even. The truth is that the miracles are happening all the time if we can just be present enough to breathe into them. Oh yeah, breathing in that good ass prana. Let's get to it. I'm going to clean my closet. Nothing like an existential crisis on your last day of high school. I'm being serious. I am getting back to my accountant and a financial advisor that I started working with. This has been such an important part of my life in this season, I feel like, is actually having a financial plan, making it easier to do my taxes at the end of every year, not cramming at the end of every year. I've been using QuickBooks to just take photos of all of my receipts so that I can lose them and I don't need to actually hold on to them. And it's just easy to organize my expenses that way. And I've also just been working with a financial advisor for what my goals are for my retirement. And every single time I talk to these people that are helping me, I want to cry. I'm like humbly bowing down. I'm calling them angels because I grew up obviously very financially unstable and it really scarred me. We are not taught proper financial literacy, and I felt for so much of my life like my parents couldn't afford me, and I genuinely felt like I wish I hadn't been born because they couldn't afford me, because we didn't always have food and stuff like that. And just knowing that I am changing that for myself and for my future kids, if I have any, it makes me feel so happy. Like, it makes me feel so fulfilled and on purpose. There's just something so liberating about looking at the mess of finances and just making some kind of plan. Even if you're in debt or even if things are piling up and messy, like just taking that moment to be present and face it all so that you can change it and show up differently to your finances, to your saving and budgeting. And that's kind of what I'm in the process of doing now. I don't really like to overthink how much I'm spending. I save a lot, but I think that I spend more than I think, especially when I was traveling. And so it was kind of like, I don't want to face this, but okay, this is the reality and I can switch some things around. So that's a big area of my life that I'm simplifying. Will you come and play? Whoa, I don't know if it's because we just hiked, but I could genuinely feel the energy and the layers and all the tree in my third eye. Hi, tree. We have such similar feet.
Yeah, we do.
Wide and small.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, yours
very
they have like a
stable.
contour
Oh.
from the mud. They're like snatched.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm just now discovering Notion, but it is so satisfying to make to-do lists and plan things out on here. Starting to write my video treatments for my 3-part series on, to put it shortly, the modern day colonization of Hawaii. There's a lot of things that I want to cover, and each episode will kind of be covering a different aspect of what is taking place and what has taken place. Hopefully we'll start filming as soon as possible. I actually have filmed a lot for it already, but I just wanted to be at a higher caliber than my normal videos, and so I'm taking a coloring course in 2 weeks. I haven't taken a single video editing or cinematography course ever, and I'm gonna change that. Next task is to fill out my calendar. One of my favorite things to do. It's July 1st, Cancer new moon. We're feeling emotional. We're letting go of limiting habits and belief systems, but isn't that always kind of the new moon vibe? Like, what am I trying to release? And full moon is like, what am I trying to call in? I don't do well with the feeling that I'm just letting time pass me by and I'm not being intentional or clear on what I'm working towards or what I'm excited about or have some kind of thing that I'm showing up for every day. I feel like I get existential really easily, or maybe it's just my toxic productivity, but I always like to feel like I'm working towards something. I have felt so disassociative in my life, so untethered to things that like I really need to root down, and having goals and structure makes me feel really grounded. I feel like I mention this in every single one of my reset videos. I made some poi mochi, I made some poi today. I'm gonna try to make the mochi tomorrow and bring it to some friends at this lo'i that I'm volunteering at, and it came out really good. I had to boil it for a very long time, and this is what it looks like. So I'll show you the final result. Hello from a sleepy me. I stayed up watching Princess Diaries 2 last night and then made some homemade popcorn with little chocolate chips in it that melted. It was so good. That was productive to me. I feel like I have a morning routine, but then I also have an evening routine where I completely take a step away from any sort of productivity. And I remember that I'm not just a cog in the capitalist machine. I remember that I'm here to just live and breathe deeply into my ancestors' dreams and to liberate my lineage. And I just need to take a full step away from every identification, really, and just be. And sometimes that looks like watching kid movies, particularly when I watch the news or there's intense things going on in the world that I do want to be informed about. I want to like balance that with something wholesome and safe, like a chick flick or an early 2000s movie. So Princess Diaries 2 was my choice last night. I wanted to close this video out with some prayers because that's something that always makes me feel really held and just safe. So taking a deep breath into your heart, into your tummy, exhaling fully, maybe with a sound. I'm breathing my breath into all of the cells in my body that are working to keep me alive, into this body that is and has been my ally since day one, casting unconditional love into every limb and every curve and every stretch. Thank you, body, for holding me, for always choosing me even when I haven't chosen you. Thank you for being this unconditionally loving home. I pray that we can find more moments to just listen deeply, to hear the voices of our ancestors, to hear the voices of our inner child and our spirit guiding us toward what we're here to do. I pray that we remember what lightness feels like, that we have moments of pure beauty, of rapture and peace. I pray for a collective courage to show up in all of our mini revolutions, to act in opposition of the systems and programs that aren't serving us, to anchor the reality that we want to exist within through our actions, to be embodied prayers, to be miracles for one another. I pray that anyone seeking assistance and guidance receives what they're looking for. I pray that success one day means how many people that you help become more free in this life, that everyone is fed and well rested. I pray my own healing love over all beings everywhere who have remembered and also forgotten. I pray to be more unconditionally loving to those who see things differently than I do. Thank you for this opportunity to be here now. Thank you for this human life and this awareness that we get to cast upon everything that comes and goes. Thank you for giving us tools to navigate all the different planes of being, for the ability to alchemize, for the ability to zoom out and zoom into every perspective. Thank you for all the angels in our lives, those who make our hearts feel a little bit softer and more free. Thank you for this love that we so inherently carry. May our presence be our prayer. I was a little bit nervous doing that on camera, so it might have been all over the place, but I cherish you. I'll see you in a video soon. Bye.